Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the craziest and weirdest facts from human history. And today, we're going to take a look at the top 10 famous philosophers and their ideas. Number 10. Plato. Plato is one of the most influential philosophers of all time, known for his philosophical and political theories. He was born in Athens in 428 or 427 BCE and died there in 348 or 347 BCE. Plato founded the Academy, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. He also developed the theory of forms, which states that the physical world is just a shadow of the real world, which is the world of forms. The world of forms is perfect and eternal, while the physical world is imperfect and constantly changing. Plato believed that the soul has three parts: the intellectual part, which he called the logistikon, the spirited part, which he called the thumoides, and the appetitive part, which he called epithumedikon. Plato's work has had a profound influence on Western philosophy, and his ideas can be found in the works of many later philosophers, such as Aristotle, Aquinas, and Descartes. Number 9. Aristotle. Aristotle was born in Stagira, Greece in 384 BCE, and died in Athens in 322 BCE. He was a student of Plato and tutored Alexander the Great. Like Plato, Aristotle was a polymath, writing on a wide range of topics, including logic, physics, metaphysics, ethics, and politics. Aristotle's idea of the golden mean is an important concept in ethics. It states that virtue is a mean between two extremes, one of deficiency and one of excess. For example, courage is a mean between cowardice and recklessness. Aristotle also developed the doctrine of the four causes, which states that every event has four causes: the material cause, the formal cause, the efficient cause, and the final cause. Aristotle's work laid the foundation for scientific thinking, and his ideas have had a profound influence on Western philosophy and science. Number 8. Confucius. Confucius was born in 551 BCE in the state of Lu, China, and died there in 479 BCE. He was a philosopher, politician, and teacher whose ideas had a profound impact on Chinese culture and society. Confucius believed that society should be organized according to the 5 relationships: the relationship between the ruler and the ruled, the father and the son, the husband and the wife, the older brother and the younger brother, and the friend and the friend. These relationships are based on mutual respect and harmony. Confucius also taught the concept of Ren, which can be translated as benevolence or humanity. Ren is the idea that humans have a natural ability to be kind and compassionate towards each other. This idea is central to Confucianism and has had a profound influence on Chinese ethics and culture. Number 7. Epicurus. Epicurus was born in 341 BCE in Athens and died there in 270 BCE. He was the founder of Epicureanism, a school of philosophy that emphasizes the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. However, Epicurus did not advocate for the pursuit of any kind of pleasure. He believed that the only true pleasures were those of the mind, such as friendship and the absence of pain. Epicurus also believed that the gods do not interfere in human affairs, and he rejected the idea of an afterlife. Instead, he believed that death is the end of our existence, and that we should not fear it. Epicurus's ideas were popular among the Roman emperors, including Augustus and Marcus Aurelius. Number 6. René Descartes. Descartes was born in France in 1596 and died in 1650. He is considered one of the founders of modern philosophy, and his ideas had a profound impact on mathematics, physics, and science. Descartes is perhaps best known for his idea of Cartesian skepticism, which is a method of doubting everything that we cannot prove with certainty. This idea led him to develop the famous philosophical statement, "I think, therefore I am." In this statement, Descartes was arguing that the only thing that we can be certain of is our own existence. Descartes also made significant contributions to geometry and analytic geometry, which is the study of curves and surfaces in mathematics. Number 5. Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre was born in Paris in 1905 and died there in 1980. He was a philosopher, playwright, and novelist whose ideas had a major impact on existentialism, a philosophical movement that emphasizes individual freedom and responsibility. Sartre's most famous work is Being and Nothingness, in which he explores the nature of existence and consciousness. According to Sartre, existence precedes essence, which means that we are born without any essential nature and we create our own essence through our actions. Sartre also believed that we are condemned to be free, which means that we are responsible for our own choices and actions, even though we are free to make any choices we want. Sartre's ideas were highly influential in the 20th century, and he is considered one of the most important philosophers of the century. Number 4, Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche was born in 1844 in the town of Riesa, Germany, and died in 1900 in Weimar, Germany. He was a philosopher and cultural critic whose ideas had a profound impact on 20th century thought. Nietzsche is best known for his idea of the will to power, which he believed to be the fundamental driving force in human beings and in nature. He also developed the concept of the Übermensch, or Superman, which he saw as a potential evolution of humanity that would overcome the limitations of traditional morality and religion. Nietzsche's ideas were highly controversial, and he was often accused of nihilism and immorality. However, his work has had a profound influence on many thinkers, including Carl Jung, Martin Heidegger, and the existentialist philosophers. Number 3, Ludwig Wittgenstein. Wittgenstein was born in 1889 in Vienna, Austria, and died in 1951 in Cambridge, England. He was a philosopher of the 20th century who is considered one of the most important figures in the history of philosophy. Wittgenstein's early work was highly influential in the field of logic and the philosophy of language. In his book, Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus, he argued that the limits of language are the limits of our world. Wittgenstein's later work was equally influential, and he developed the idea of ordinary language philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of studying the way language is used in everyday life. Wittgenstein's ideas have had a profound impact on the development of 20th century philosophy, and he is considered one of the most important philosophers of the century. Number 2, Albert Camus. Camus was born in 1913 in Mondovi, Algeria, and died in 1960 near Paris, France. He was a philosopher, writer, and journalist whose ideas had a major impact on the philosophy of absurdism. Absurdism is a philosophy that emphasizes the conflict between the human desire for meaning and the universe as inherent meaninglessness. Camus argued that life is absurd because we are rational creatures who seek meaning and order in a meaningless and chaotic universe. However, he believed that we should embrace this absurdity and revolt against the universe in order to create our own meaning and values. Camus's ideas were highly influential in the 20th century, and he won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1957. Number 1, Karl Marx. Karl Marx was born in 1818 in Trier, Prussia, and died in 1883 in London, England. He was a philosopher, economist, and sociologist whose ideas had a profound impact on the development of communism and socialism. Marx is best known for his theory of historical materialism, which argues that the economic organization of society is the driving force of social change. He believed that all history is the story of class struggles between the owners of the means of production and the workers. Marx also developed the concept of alienation, which describes the estrangement of the worker from the product of his labor, from the process of production, from his species, and from himself. His ideas were highly controversial, and he was forced to flee Germany to avoid prosecution. Marx's ideas have had a profound impact on the development of modern society, and his work is still widely read and debated today. So what do you think about these famous philosophers and their ideas? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.